is the franchise Shane Douglas. When you want all the information about the great sport of professional wrestling, all you have to do is come right here, the official podcast for Wrestling News Source.
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now being broadcast in over 45 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
I'm Doug.
And we welcome you to episode 334 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, Player.fm, Satchel, and all you have to do is search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
The podcast is on Twitter at WNS Podcast. Daniel is at WNS_Daniel, and Tyler's at Tyler_Abear.
So there you go. So welcome to the show. Got lots to talk about this week as we talk about feedback, Raw, Smackdown. Got some hot topics as well. So welcome to the show, everybody. How you guys doing?
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You doing good? Hanging in there? Doing well?
Yeah.
Could be better? Allergies?
Allergies.
No fun.
Yeah.
That's right. Cool. Doug, how are you?
I'm good, man.
Yeah? You making it?
Sure.
You ready for SummerSlam? Still a couple weeks out, but hey.
How far out?
It's the 20th.
And after that, it'll be the next weekend will be the McGregor
Mayweather fight. Yes, that is correct. Which one are you looking forward to more?
It's so crazy just because the Mayweather and McGregor thing. I'm looking forward towards the match, but I mean, I don't know what's going to be on, like the undercard and like just all the other matches and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like when we watched Pacquiao and Mayweather, we didn't know
anything about any of the other fighters.
We had fun, with all the the other matches, and we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So.
It should be fun to watch at least, if anything.
I mean, we don't watch boxing on
watching
on the regular,
among friends and having a good time and doing all that good stuff. How about you, Doug? Which were you looking forward to more?
I don't know that I'm looking forward to either one more necessarily than the other.
Okay.
It's a fun time.
It should be both be fun.
Cool. Both enjoyable times. So be on the lookout for that. So let's dive right into our feedback. First bit of feedback we have is from X Swordstone X saying 25 minutes, 30 seconds, actual coverage of Battleground in regards to our YouTube channel. Maybe this time they actually took the time to watch the effing event anyway. You're welcome. So thanks. Thanks for giving everyone the timestamp on when we talk about Battleground.
Oh. Man, it is what it is. I mean, there's things that pop up in our life, you know, and we may not catch certain things, but, we make up with other stuff that we talk about.
Yeah.
And, we're not here to impress. We're just three dudes just shooting the shit.
That's right. Cool stuff.
I mean, look, I realize that the podcast has been pretty bad lately, like probably more often than good lately. And I could see where, there are reasons why that it's been as bad as it's been, and I could see why. I don't think the reasons that the podcasts have been so bad lately is because we talk about other stuff. And so if that's a concern of yours, I can see how maybe last week being particularly egregious, that may have bothered some people, and that's fine, whatever, but that's not necessarily something that I think is going to go away from the show. I mean, it's not something that I'm looking to get rid of from the show. If someone wants to talk about whatever, then we're going to talk about whatever, and I could see being down on the show recently because it's been so bad, and I can see I go to other podcasts and think well, when they're talking about something I'm interested in, I'm like, it's cool that I also have this bond with these people that I like to listen to. And when they talk about shit that I don't care about, I'm like, this is not what I come here for.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. But and that's understandable. I personally experienced that, so I can understand why Swordstone would experience that. So that doesn't bother me. But in all honesty, if the show's not doing it for you anymore, like, you don't owe us like a listen. If you're not if you're not happy like with the show, then like by all means, there are many other podcasts that you may find that you would enjoy. And it's the same thing with us. And I'm not telling you like, hey, fuck off, like blah blah blah, whatever, or that your feedback isn't welcome or any of that shit. All I'm saying is that I've moved on from podcasts. I'm sure people have definitely moved on from our podcast. Yeah. And if we're not, the only social contract that exists with this show is that we keep making a show, and if you keep liking it, you keep listening. And if you don't, then it's totally fine to move on. And it's, you know, it's
okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, I wish the show. I mean, I wish the show didn't feel so still, and I wish the show didn't feel like we're in such a rut lately. But I mean, I don't know what to do about it right now, and I don't know, like, you know. I don't know why, if you seem really frustrated with us, and I don't know why you'd be putting yourself through it every week if you're so frustrated with us. Yeah. In all honesty, like, I'm not mad. Like, you feel how you feel. It's fine. And I think, like, your criticism is warranted. I mean, like, a part of why this is why I feel this show has been so shitty lately, is because we've been covering the WWE for pretty much WWE centric for like 6 years or whatever the fuck it's been. And the show, the WWE's product does not evolve at a rate to where we have new interesting takes to share with you every week. It just doesn't. Yeah. It just doesn't evolve at that pace. Individual wrestlers do not evolve, progressive or digress in a week to week base to where we have like interesting new takes on for every match and every wrestler every week. And the way that the WWE does business as a whole does not change it at the way that, you know, where we have like interesting takes every week. And, you know, I can see how that could be frustrating, but that's the reality of it. Now, a lot of that may be on us we have either been unwilling or unable to branch out and mix it up and try to cover things differently, or to try to fuck with like the flow of the show, or to try to fuck with new product to cover that in different ways. And that is on us. But like, if you're coming here specifically for WWE coverage and that is your problem, that like the reality is that the show does not change in a way that where we can give you these interesting takes. Like, everything we have to say about the WWE has probably been said until they do some stuff. And same thing with wrestlers and the way wrestlers work and the way the WWE does business. That's just the reality of it. Now, if we don't want to be so stale, then it's on us to like find a way to make it interesting and to find a way to try to maybe cover some new shit, or to fuck up with our, like, the way we do the show, or whatever. Or like, that's a valid criticism. But if you're coming here for Battleground takes, I mean, I think that's just the reality of what's going down. And also, I just feel like also the reason I think the show has been sucking so much lately is not because we talk about other shit. Like, to me, that has no bearing on. I understand that it outweighed by a large portion like the actual wrestling content, and that's what some people come specifically for, and that's completely fine. But like, because we talked about other shit, to me does not what make the show bad. And maybe it's because it was so egregious. Like, we talked about so much, and then we talked about the actual wrestling so little. I don't know. Like, what I'm saying is that the product doesn't evolve at a pace for where we can, after 6 years, give you a new hot take every week. And and that's on us if we can't or are unwilling to mix it up. But also, like, don't put yourself through fucking hell. If this show doesn't do it for you anymore, there are lots of shows out there who may do it for you. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. Yeah. Like, we don't have any. We're not on fucking Patreon. We're not fucking shilling shit. We're not making any money. So it's not like you being here and being unhappy about it is doing anything for anyone. Yeah. It can't be the product placement because we don't have any of that. Yeah, it's just we don't do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to be any more honest about why I think the problems that our podcast has or why I would think someone would have a problem with. That's, to me, that's how I feel and what I see. I mean, maybe you guys have a different take, but I mean, whatever. My take on it is, similar to what you said. The product, we cover pretty much Raw, SmackDown, and the corresponding WWE pay-per-views. I just
in my own personal time, I just don't have time to watch other products. I just can't. Unless my wife would be willing to never see me, it wouldn't happen. It's just, I just can't get around to watching other products. So I can set aside some time to watch the pay-per-view, set aside some time to watch Raw and SmackDown. But eventually, kind of got to spend time with the wife,
right?
You know, and even that, after a while, I just get burnt out. Like, you know, you're dedicating 3 hours on a Monday, 2 hours on a Tuesday. If you watch Lucha Underground and NXT, there's another 2 hours. If you want to watch Global, that's another 2 hours. You know, it's too much product for one person to watch on a weekly basis and then turn around and talk about it.
Are you burnt out?
I am. To be honest, I find myself watching, you know, scrolling through Facebook or watching stuff on YouTube when Raw is on. It's just, there's not much that's really keeping my interest. Now, when there's stuff that is keeping my interest, I put the phone down and I'll watch it. You know, the Brock Lesnar stuff with Braun and Joe and Roman. Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all in. But like I watched probably 30 seconds of the Bayley Nia Jax match. And it's just, I had no interest in it. It sounded like the crowd wasn't into it either. It just didn't seem like a very intriguing match for me. From what I saw, it looked like they furthered a storyline to maybe have Bayley injured. I don't know if it was storyline or if it was real.
I think she's actually injured.
So that could set up for Sasha Banks to take the spot of Bayley versus Alexa.
Well, I mean, do you like we're all friends here and this is no one's job and this is no one's obligation. I mean, are you at a place where you want a break? Like, you want to take a break? Do you want to take a hiatus? Do you want to take some time off?
No, there are times where I don't want to watch it, but I'll set it to record and you know, I'll tell Kelsey, hey, let's watch something else, and I'll go back and watch it, and I'll go back and watch it because whatever.
But if it's a slog for you, if it's a chore, then I mean, is that
no.
Like, you're not gonna like feel like pushing yourself through it when you don't want to do it is not gonna make you feel like you want to like.
But if I were to not watch it, I would want to be watching it.
Well, do you want to not watch it, and do you want to watch it and not talk about it for a while? I mean, I'm asking you because I don't know, like, what else do we have to lose at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, like, is it? I mean,
yeah.
This is kind of like an on-air production meeting, but I mean,
performance review. Let's go.
We've always been like pretty transparent with like how we do shit and how we respond to criticism. I mean, like, do you want a break from recording?
No, I don't personally.
I mean, that's not what I'm pushing for, but I'm saying, like, you're like, I feel burnt out, and that's like, if you feel burnt out, like,
there are times
pushing through it is not going to help you feel better about it.
Well, it's one of those things where work has started to become, you know, more to me, and so then I go home and I'm kind of and then I'll watch Raw and I'm like and SmackDown comes on and I'm like, okay, SmackDown was enjoyable at least. So like, it's a trickle effect.
I mean, okay. I mean, it's cool. It's cool if you want to push forward and not take it. I'm just saying, like, no one's gonna be like mad or whatever.
Yeah. No, it's a trickle effect. You know, you come home from work and you're frustrated, and you watch something on TV and it's not really perking you up.
I know.
So it's just kind of,
I was burnt out.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and that month it took actually really helped me.
You burn out of watching, or you burn out of feeling like obligated to have a take on the show, or are you burn out of both?
Mostly it's the product itself. Like, I feel like it feels like they're not trying very hard. Like the stuff with Samoa Joe, that felt very organic, like, because they weren't expecting it to work.
Yeah.
And it ended up working and it was a great thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But then we get to see Nia Jax again against Bayley and the whole Elias Sampson character. I'm not digging it. And then you go over to SmackDown and they have the exact same character in Aiden English. Like, there's too many copycats on Raw and SmackDown, and then it's like, oh, foreigners bad, Americans good, and I don't know. There's like, I enjoy watching it because if I weren't watching it, I would want to be watching it.
I feel like, and I'm not saying this to be like an ass or anything, but I feel like everything you're saying is saying I don't actually enjoy watching it. Look, let me be perfectly clear and honest on my point. There are products out there that I am enjoying a lot more than I'm enjoying WWE.
Yeah.
But I prioritize I also, to also say where I'm coming from, is I also have, the older my work schedule just, it does not seem to improve. And like, I also have limited time, and I prioritize what I watch by what I know we're going to cover.
Right.
So like, I know someone's asking about the G1, and fucking, I have made it through day 2 of the G1, and they're on day, God knows what fucking day they're on now. And I've made it through the first 2 G1 shows because I prioritize like what I have. Like, I would probably have a better time watching the G1 than Raw if I have to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
But I know that we're going to talk about Raw, so I make sure I get Raw watch, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
well,
so,
I mean, if you want to talk about that, we can.
Yeah, I know, but it's not.
I haven't gotten to see it, obviously.
No,
but.
I know. Well, I'm like 12 days behind at this point. I've seen day 2, which was like 2 fucking weeks ago or something. But like, my point is not, well, I also don't want to be like, this is the part where Doug talks about New Japan or some bullshit. Like, if we're not going to talk about it, then like, we're not going to talk about it. You know what I mean?
All of us will talk about it.
Yeah, and that's not to put pressure. I'm just saying, like, I also, like, I see where you're coming from. Like, I also feel like there's stuff I would, like, rather be doing, but I also, like, you have a limited schedule right now, and that's where I'm at. I prioritize what I know we're going to talk about. I know we have a question about, I know someone asked about the G1, and the reality is I'm through day 2, and not day, whatever day we're on at this point.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I think my life has become so structured right now that everything is just a carbon copy of the previous week. So it's like, go to work, come home, watch Raw. Go to work, come home, watch SmackDown. Go to work, come home, watch Big Brother. Go to work, come home, watch this show. And it's just, I don't know.
I know. And like, I could, like, I know there are probably not as many that people that don't care. Like, I know there are some of our listeners who are, if you're interested in what's going on in New Japan, and I would love to be able to come on and be like, this is, me talking a little bit about New Japan, but I also feel bad, like, if I have to prioritize that over Raw, then I feel like I'm also not talking about something else that other people want to hear too. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, where are you at, Tyler? I don't know. But I guess we're just trying to figure out what the fuck's wrong with our show on air right now. But like,
I mean, I do watch Raw and SmackDown.
I mean, before, not to cut you off, but I wasn't the only one feeling like the show's been sucking. Like, was I like flooring y'all? And I was like, yeah, this show's kind of sucked lately. Like, no. I feel that. Like, I mean, we're being honest. Like,
I think one, it has to do with the product that WWE is pointing out, because how good of a show can you have if all you're talking about is a crappy show? If the show wasn't good, if their show wasn't good, unless we're just gonna crap all over it, how good can it really be? So it's one of those things, and then, work's getting in the way, and, all that.
This is, I don't know how y'all would take this or whatever, but since we're just throwing it out here, we're saying stuff like on the air, but what if, like, just to try something new, just like, don't watch Raw, don't watch SmackDown, we watch other products, we all watch the same thing other than WWE, or, we can watch next year or whatever, but other things, and we start talking about that for a while. Not saying like we always will or whatever until we find whatever. I don't know. Just like,
I'm fine to mix it up however you guys want to mix it up.
Not like, we can't watch WWE, TNA, all this stuff. So, we gotta,
Part of me doesn't even want to watch TNA.
Last time I watched,
like, I have so many episodes of Lucha Underground on my DVR that I haven't touched. I have New Japan that I haven't touched, and
that's, I haven't too. I would actually like to get back into Lucha, but just, I don't know. How do you feel about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jump out of WWE. May cover like a pay-per-view, whatever. That may be weird to people,
Well, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Like,
I mean, what are you capable of watching and willing to watch is what that boils down to. If you want.
How do I get to watch New Japan stuff?
You either pay $8 a month for New Japan World, or you fucking torrent it.
Yeah.
Or you can watch it on TV.
You can, but that's not current. I mean, they're closing the gap all the time, but it's not the most current thing. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I mean, I can see what's going down with, like Ring of Honor or something. I don't know. I don't know, just something different, you know? I haven't decided what, but I don't know. It's just a thought.
Yeah.
Is it weird to talk about this on there?
It's not for me because I've never been one where I feel like we need to hide what we're doing from anyone. We're not some like fucking corporate entity where we have to like hide what we're doing from anyone. We're just some dudes recording to some fucking mic. So there's no it's no sweat to me. Like we just tell people whatever it is, what it is, you know?
Yeah. Hey, here's what you might have to look forward to in the weeks to come.
And yeah, I'm so behind on Lucha.
Well, okay. I mean, like, if you want to, like, even if you're just like, I just want to talk about whatever show you just want to talk about for a while, then, like, how do we do that? What's the logistics of that?
Watch it and then we talk about it.
Yeah. Like,
Well,
get away from. Okay, so when does all the shows go down? I'm behind on Lucha.
Which usually comes on Wednesday, which is when we normally record the show.
And I would be 1 week behind on that. Still talk about that. What else is there? Another's Ring of Honor. Does it still come on like
CBS. Yeah. Saturdays.
Fridays and Saturdays?
I think just
I think
Saturdays.
it's Saturdays and they replay on Sundays in our market. I don't know if they still do the replay. Or you can do the rings. I don't know if the ringside. I assume the ringside membership still allows you to getting it like on Thursdays or something like that. I might be wrong about that.
Or, you know, like also with that, I don't mind like, I haven't watched NXT for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Does that sound weird? Like shunning Raw and SmackDown?
I mean, if you're not into it, then, like, my whole thing is like, it felt like everyone was saying it's a chore to get through, but then also when we were like, well, what can we do about it? We're like, well, we're just going to push through and keep letting it be a chore or whatever, which I don't think makes for a good show and also doesn't like help our attitudes about doing the show or wrestling in general is all I'm saying. I'm not saying let's do, I'm throwing my arms up and being like, what do you want to do? What could we do? How would we want to do it? Whatever.
What do you think?
I mean, like I said, there's part of me that don't even want to watch, you know, like Global Force Wrestling. I don't have an interest in watching it. It could be getting better. I wouldn't know. I'm so far behind on Lucha Underground, I feel like I would have to go back and watch it from the beginning. And maybe I get into it through that. But I don't know. Like, I'm fine with just watching Raw and SmackDown and then talking about it. But, you know, I can't polish a turd to make it, you know, presentable. I'm just, you know, if it's not interesting me, I'm not gonna really tune in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just going to be real fucking honest. You're my boy, but I'm going to tell you what I got out of what you just said to me. It's all love, but I'm just going to tell you what I got out of what you said. I don't really feel like I'm fine. Like, I think it's a chore to get through Raw and SmackDown. I think it's like a real fucking like, to get through it. But I would rather just like push through the chore of doing it than not do that and do something else.
I would rather watch Raw and SmackDown than other shows. I guess that's where I'm at.
I mean that's fine, but I'm saying like, but you're also telling me that you're like, I guess it's just hard for me to understand like why. I don't know. Like, it just feels like you're like, the shows suck and it's hard for me to get through, but I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I tried to foster a discussion and see what we could do with it. I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows? Look what you've done, Swordstone. Look what you've done.
It's not even, I mean, I don't think it's any listener's fault.
Yeah. But we do have some feedback from Micah saying, great show like always. Highly entertaining and great mindsets. I like many directions the WWE is proceeding with multiple characters and hope they don't screw it up. Somehow I found time to keep up and watch every single match during this year's G1 Climax. 27 is where they're at. It's fantastic and very refreshing to step out of the WWE bubble.
Like a year, not 27.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. If only for just a moment, very refreshing to step out of the
27
WWE bubble.
years.
And maybe that's part of the stuff. Like
What?
whenever we went to San Antonio and watched Evolve, I had like the best time. Because it was exciting, it was entertaining.
That's what we're saying right now. Let's make it exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, I don't want to make it exciting. I want to push through the tour.
Yeah.
Is it because you think more people tune in to hear the Raw shit and the SmackDown shit?
That could be a portion of it, maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
but when have we ever done something for like the listeners instead of like what we wanted to do? Then?
I know, but it's just...
I mean, do you always do what you think the listeners want? Because I always do.
No, I'm just so set in my schedule of setting time aside to watch certain things, and that's,
But what if like then you've got like now you've got 3 hours open on a Monday and 2 hours open on Tuesday?
I would probably want to end up watching Raw or SmackDown. It's just me. I'm weird.
I'm not saying it's weird. I'm just saying like I don't know. I don't know how else to like make everyone else enthused about the show.
Yeah. Let's see. Where was it? Curious if you guys have seen any of the matches yourself. And to Doug's questions from a while ago, yes, I can understand a small bit of Japanese, about close to every other word. So Okada and I can slightly hang out. We can't be having conversations that are too deep, though. Spider-Man Homecoming was great. Minor gripes, but still a fun, awesome movie. Question: WWE has signed a deal with Marvel Disney to allow one of their employees to be an important character in their movies, anything but the main hero. Which wrestler would you put in what role and why? Example: Vince McMahon is J. Jonah Jameson for Spider-Man. He could easily be made to look like him, and he as a person is basically just like him from what I hear people say he's like. As well as imagine Vince yelling, "Get me pictures of Spider-Man." It fits so well. You must also each choose something different. I would put Batista as Drax the Destroyer. I think he'd make a really good fit for that.
That's already there.
What?
That's already there, man.
Well, he didn't say it has to be a new one.
Micah, like I said, I've only made it through 2 days of the G1 so far, and I thought Zack Sabre tapping out Tanahashi on night one was like a very cool thing that I wasn't necessarily expecting, and nothing on night two lit my world on fire. I didn't. Omega Suzuki was not the shit that I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be like a banger, and it just didn't grab me like that. No, I don't even really remember why at this point, but that's nothing. I did like the Juice Robinson Kojima match. I thought that was like pretty cool, and I think it's cool to see like Juice coming along his way and like becoming like a, like a bigger deal in the company and his own thing. But that's all that I've seen at this point, and hopefully I'm debating between like trying to marathon catch up, which doesn't seem like a possibility, and cutting bait and then just starting from the newest show. And so I'm torn between what I should do at this point, because maybe if I skipped undercard matches, I could probably get more. I know some people's tactic is there's so many shows that they skip all the throwaway tags and they just watch just the tournament matches, but my OCD won't allow me to skip the undercards. So I watch the full shows, and I don't know what I'm going to do about it. But that's all I've seen. And, to be honest with you, Micah, I'm sorry that this is probably going to be a downer, but just, I don't know, coming off our discussion, I'm not in a place where I can like even process your Marvel question about people or whatever. I'm just not in a place
if they can't be the main hero, I just don't know too many of the side characters. Like, I'm not too big into comics, as you guys know. So it's hard to pick like one of the side characters. I don't know. Anything coming off your head, Tyler?
I'm still thinking.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we'll have an answer for you by the end of the show. If something comes up. But yeah, apologies for that, Micah. But let's talk about Raw. We kick things off with Kurt Angle coming out and addressing his hometown fans. They was interrupted by Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman, which was unscheduled. And Paul Heyman came out, cut a promo, and basically said, "You've stacked the card against Brock Lesnar. If he loses, he doesn't even have to be involved in the pinfall or the submission. But if he loses, he's gone. He's out of here. But I'm going to let you know, he's not going to lose.
Is that what's gone through with the UFC thing? And when does his contract end?
Well, I don't know about his contract. I'm sure that he's got something in there that says if I want to go on a different venture, I can. Mm-hmm. I know he would have to have at least... He's been suspended from the UFC, so he would have to wait at least, I believe, 6 months before he can compete. But supposedly he's put in the information for the drug testing agency. I think it's USADA. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, he was done with UFC, or they didn't want anything to. They know that he's a top draw, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I wouldn't mind seeing him.
Bad again if he had stuff in his system.
Yeah, but supposedly, or I say supposedly, I watched it. John Bones Jones called him out and said, if you want to have your ass kicked by someone who's 40 pounds lighter than you, meet me in the octagon.
Wow.
So, and I would be interested to see that fight.
I mean, I would watch it too.
Mm-hmm. It'd be pretty good. But we had the opening contest, Hardy Boys going up against Gallows and Anderson. The Hardy Boys ended up getting the victory with the Revival on commentary. Mm-hmm. Then a brawl ensued between the Revival, the Hardy Boys, and Gallows and Anderson.
I wonder if it's going to end up being like a triple threat.
I'm sure it will be.
Isn't that weird to have?
There are rumors for so many multi-person matches at SummerSlam.
You got to get everybody in.
Yeah. I guess so.
That's weird to I guess 2 heel teams and 1 face team. I mean, what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it has to be weird no matter how you do it because it's 3 teams.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Weird. I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know. It's just
I've always found the dynamic of the triple threat tag team to be very weird because they have 3 teams obviously, but they only have 2 people in the ring at a time. That's what weirds me out. Because it's like, okay, why would the other 2 guys be sitting on the outside? Technically, it's no disqualification because it's triple threat. But why wouldn't they just have all 3 members? I want to say sometimes they have. I don't know. Doug, we're talking about the tag team triple threats. Because it looks like we might be getting that at SummerSlam between the Hardys, Gallows and Anderson, and the Revival. What's your take on the tag team triple threat matches where they have one team that's completely on the outside? Like they start the match and 2 are standing in the middle and they have 1 on the outside. Do you find that odd?
It's just a starting point. It's gonna break down. I mean, it always breaks down. There's no other way. There's no way to get around it. It's just a starting point.
Well, the reason I find it weird is because, 1, there's no disqualification, so yeah, it will break down very fast. 2, if it's a triple threat, shouldn't each team have a member in the ring?
It's a structure thing. It's like this is how we're starting, so that we can lay out our match in sections, and we know this is where we need to fill out 4 minutes of shit that's not going to mean anything before we break down into this high spots.
Yeah.
It's just like a starting point.
If you're just going to have 2 people starting in the ring, I would say, okay, then we're going to have an elimination. First team to be pinned or submitted goes to the back, and then we go to traditional tag
WWE
match.
rules don't mean anything other than what they
It means what they want it to mean at that particular time.
Yeah, so I mean, we could try to dissect that, but it's meaningless because it may even mean something different next time they do it.
Yeah. After that, we got to see Akira Tozawa, Rich Swann, and Cedric Alexander going up against TJP, Tony Nese, and Arya Daivari. Anything to take away from this matchup?
It was fun enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the only thing, who knows where they're going with the cruiserweight stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch 205 live, but I saw that they were going to have Akira Tozawa going up against Arya Daivari for the number one contendership. I'm only assuming because I haven't watched it, but did Akira win that?
I didn't see
Tozawa. I didn't see either. After that, we got to see Miz TV with Jason Jordan. Miz basically saying, "Hey, look, now that you're here, how about you come under my wing? I'll show you the ropes, and you can be into the Stardom. We'll get you there. And Jason said, no, I want to earn my place. I want to earn my keep. And thanks, but no thanks. I don't want to run with you.
I don't know when I predict it, but I thought, this is eventually going to happen. It's going to be Jason Jordan versus The Miz.
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That'll probably be SummerSlam, his first big challenge. But it ended up in a brawl. Jason Jordan threw Miz, I think, into Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Yeah. After that, we got to see Seth Rollins challenge Sheamus. Seth Rollins wins in a roll-up, and then Sheamus and Cesaro beat down Seth Rollins. Ambrose comes out to try to make the save.
You're right. I guess that's what it's going to. It's Cesaro and Sheamus and Ambrose and Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
SummerSlam. Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, everything is building to SummerSlam at this point.
Summerfest?
No, yeah. Knowing WWE, they would want to put the titles on them too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were going to let it play out a little bit longer. I thought he may have not came for the save this time, and they would let that simmer for another week or so before he does come out and make the save.
I'm glad that they at least addressed that later on in the show backstage, where Ambrose was like, you put me in that position, because if I didn't come out and save you, everyone was going to think I was a jerk for not coming out and do it.
But to me, his character would not be concerned with what the crowd or why people would think he was a jerk for that.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was at least an attempt to explain away why they did it. I felt like we were going to let it simmer a little bit and maybe another week where before he makes the save, where people are like, is he going to come? I mean, everyone knows he's coming to make the save eventually.
Yeah.
But
fans were calling for it. So
yeah.
After that, we got a Bray Wyatt promo. You know how it goes. I'm good and great about everything, and he calls out Finn Balor. They did the Demon King intro with the red lights and the heartbeat. Lights go out, lights come back up. Finn Balor is in the ring in his normal attire, and he attacks Bray Wyatt. So it looks like we're going to be seeing that at SummerSlam. After that, I was very surprised they did this at the top of the second hour as opposed to the main event for Raw. The hyped up triple threat match, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman.
They're not concerned with what is the third hour is always the lowest rated hour, and it's not a priority anymore. If you notice, for several weeks now, the main event has not been the highest profiled match on the show, or even the highest priority match on the show. They're not concerned.
People start tuning out after the second hour, and
they don't care about making whatever's the most important or the best last anymore, because people aren't watching that hour.
They made sure to drive it home, because the third hour, it was very poor, I would think. But Roman Reigns, this match was entertaining. This was exciting. Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman duking it out, with Roman Reigns coming out on top, pinning Samoa Joe. Ooh. So makes me question what's going to happen at SummerSlam, because usually the person who gets the win.
Well, my whole thing was the story. They seem to be not the 1A, but sort of the 1B story was that Joe was undefeated against Roman, or that Roman hadn't beat Joe. Mm-hmm. And then if they're going to change the title to Roman, the part of that playoff was that when he does beat Joe, it's for the title, in the match. So I was surprised that he beat him here. It
wasn't one-on-one contest.
I expected Strowman to go over, or for them to just to schmoz the ending or whatever. I don't know why they went this route. So that leads me to believe that maybe they are actually, he may actually pin Brock, because why let Brock move on without someone beating him? And I know they're I don't like what they were doing with the whole,
if he loses, he leaves.
Well, the way Heyman set it up doesn't make any fucking sense. He was just he was saying well, we all know that you're conspiring against my client, but he didn't drive home the point why it would matter for them to do that, or why they would want to. Yeah. And if they were trying to play off the John Jones calling him out thing, they should have elbowed you a little bit more in that direction instead of leaving it so vague. And why would Why would he decide he wanted to leave after SummerSlam if he lost? Why would he set that up on himself? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Yes, they want to give him time off to the Rumble or he's going to go away and train and not come back for a long time, if ever, or whatever the deal is. But why would he set that stipulation himself? That doesn't make any sense to me. And it doesn't make any sense why Heyman set up the they want him gone thing without giving you a reason to think like why they would want him gone.
Well, if he's not champion, then there's just no point in being there.
Didn't say that.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he was alluding to.
That's not something that you would allude to.
If my guy's not champion, then we don't want to be here. Later.
But that's not something you need to allude to. That's something you spell out.
Yeah. But yeah, Roman Reigns ends up getting the victory. Maybe it's something to make Roman look strong leading up to SummerSlam. And next week it'll be Samoa Joe who looks strong, or Braun Strowman or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah, but I don't know why you would sacrifice that story that you have going for like a month now.
Yeah.
About his whole thing was you haven't beat me, and now he can't say that anymore.
Yeah. Well, now they'll probably spin it to where he's never beaten me in one-on-one.
Yeah, but that's dumb.
That's the WWE for you. Because they'll find way. Well, he's never submitted me, Anyways, or he's never, I tapped out, but he's never pinned me. However they like to word it. After that, we got to see Kalisto going up against Elias. Not Elias Sampson anymore. So they've done another name change. Or it's not really a change, but they've dropped one of the names. So I was gonna ask you and Tyler, but Tyler just stepped out of the room. If you guys remember all of the names that they've dropped so far. So I was gonna see, do you remember what? Obviously, Elias Sampson. Now it's just Elias. Do you remember Rusev's name? His full name.
I don't remember Rusev's name.
What about Cesaro?
Antonio Cesaro.
Okay. Tyler.
Big E Langston, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the other one. I don't know what Rusev's name was.
We're talking about Elias Sampson. They're dropping the Sampson part of his name. So now he's just Elias. So he's already gotten Cesaro's. Do you remember what Cesaro's name was?
Antonio Cesaro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember what Rusev's was?
And Big E Langston's the only other person I can think of they dropped it.
Yeah.
I can't remember Rusev's either. I don't remember.
He had that one as in NXT, right?
And for a while on the main roster.
Alexander Rusev.
There you go.
That's
That was
right.
it.
You got
Hey,
it.
good one, Tyler.
Good job. I don't know if you guys recall, Sheamus had a last name.
Sheamus O'Shaughnessy.
There you go. Nice. I was trying to find more, but I ran out of time in doing
more.
research for it. But they changed TJ Perkins to just TJP, but that didn't really count. But Elias versus Kalisto. The crowd was kind of dead for Kalisto. The match was all right. Elias ends up getting the win. After that, we got to see Bayley versus Nia Jax. Bayley gets the win via countout. What did you guys think about the match? Because, like I said, it wasn't holding my interest.
What was the part where she hurt her shoulder?
I'm struggling to remember.
Did she get thrown or something?
I don't remember what move she got hurt on.
I saw the video where the trainer was with her and she was trying to raise her shoulder. She looked like she was, if she wasn't in tears,
I think it's a legit injury.
hate to see
hope not.
someone get hurt,
Yeah, because she was fighting it throughout the entire for the remainder of the match when it happened, and she looked like she was struggling. So I don't know if maybe they had a different ending to the match and they just said let's just go to a count out finish. But they were struggling for that, and the crowd wasn't receptive to it at all.
Okay, this is probably a dumb question.
Such a dumb question.
So something crazy goes on in the match, and they're going to change it. How they change it in the mid-match? They can't really, or how does that process work?
They'll usually communicate with the referee.
The referee,
like if you watch the referee, yeah. If you keep an eye on the referee, he'll usually get really close to him and like, okay, what do you want to do? And then he'll go over the opponent.
I don't know why I didn't think that, but I don't know why.
Yeah, he'll go over to the opponent to check on the other person and relay the message. The best way to do the best observational one for that is the Elimination Chamber match where Mark Henry's door got busted open and Mark Henry entered the match early because for a while, like, Dolph Ziggler was standing in the corner and the ref is just walking to each person going, all right, what do you want to do? Where do we go? So that's one way that they do it. They help relay the message that way. Yeah, Bayley ends up getting the win via count out. Alexa Bliss came down to try to attack, but Bayley managed to escape. And that took us into the main event of Raw, Big Cass going up against Big Show, and another match that the crowd just didn't really care for. I didn't care for it because of the ending, because Enzo decided to attack Big Cass, which throws another wrench into the question, who's the heel in this feud?
I can't speak for everyone, but it seems like no one cares about this whole situation.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I can't speak for everyone, but, there's people still with it, Enzo, and, people like Big Show and Boo, Cass, because he's bad.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where they're continuing this feud only because there's nowhere for either of these guys to go afterwards. Like, who's Big Cass's next feud going to be after this whole Enzo and Big Show thing is done? Who is Enzo going to go up against after this whole thing is done? Like they're holding on.
Squash people. I don't know.
It's like they're holding it on for dear life. They're like, we've got to come up with something. Just have them throw another match together. I don't know.
Mark Henry.
Maybe Big Cass just goes after all the big guys because he's big and he can't teach that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Doug, what do you think about the whole Cass and Enzo feud that's not dying?
I don't know that I have anything to say about
it. Okay. Well, Big Cass ends up getting the victory, like I said, after a disqualification after Enzo attacked. So that pretty much ended Raw. Going into SmackDown, SmackDown was a lot better. I didn't get to watch it live, but I did have it on my DVR. AJ Styles going up against Kevin Owens. Entertaining match. The match ends with a shoulder up on Kevin Owens' side. The ref didn't see it, and AJ Styles retained. Backstage, he was pretty furious at the referee, at Daniel Bryan, at Shane McMahon. And then they said, okay, well, you're going to get a rematch for the title at SummerSlam. Shane O'Mac's going to be the special guest referee to make sure it's called right down the middle. So,
I mean, sure.
Yeah. It'll be a way for... I think I heard that there's going to be a Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon match somewhere down the line.
What's the deal with Shane wanting to wrestle people?
They think Shane is a star. They think that wrestling him gets people over.
Look what it did for AJ Styles.
That's not why AJ Styles is over. Wrestling Shane is not why AJ Styles is over.
He got Undertaker over.
Yeah, look what he did with The Undertaker. It was great. Yeah, AJ Styles got the win. We got a Usos promo after they fooled the crowd into doing the New Day start part, which the promo from them was fine. We got to see Breezango do a Twin Peaks style vignette, which was weird, and the Ascension being involved.
Twin Peaks,
neither have I.
Have you seen Mulholland Drive?
You seen what?
Mulholland Drive. I've never seen Twin Peaks either. I take that back. I think I've probably, just because how old I am, I think I've maybe like walked in on my parents watching it, or like seen an episode just like via osmosis, just like being alive at that point.
Being somewhere where it was on.
But I've never sat down and watched it. I have sat down to watch the Mulholland Drive.
What is that?
It's fucking weird. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't give you the plot. It's just that it's that weird.
I'm gonna check that out and see what that's about.
It's not gonna make any sense. It didn't make any sense to me at the time. I'm a pretty
when was this show
guy.
Put on? When the
like the 90s.
90s. I've seen some shows that doesn't make
early
sense.
2000s. No, you know what? Early 2000s, because I think I was working at Blockbuster when it
was
came
it. Is it just like mysterious stuff? Like
it's weird, trippy shit, and like stuff that I don't know. It's if you want to watch some weird shit that does. It's a little creepy and a little weird and doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. You go watch Mulholland Drive. That's the only Lynch shit I can.
It's
I
a
never
TV
watched
series?
No, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
I've never watched Blue Velvet. I know that's everyone points to that too.
Never seen that.
I've never seen Blue velvet or Twin Peaks.
Interesting.
I know they brought back Twin Peaks.
I heard that.
So it's going on, reviving all.
I think it's on Netflix or something. Either way, I haven't seen it. After that, we got to see Aiden English going up against Sami Zayn. Aiden English sneaks out a victory. Shocking. Poor Sammy. Everyone wanted him to move over to SmackDown where they would use him properly, and now look what's happening to him. Losing Aiden English. And then Mike and Maria Kanellis came out and said, "We're glad that happened to you because love." Something along those lines.
I'm not impressed with like his stuff, Kanellis.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll give it more time, I guess.
I hope they do something because it seems like they're kind of just like, just throw him in there every once in a while. Oh, Sami Zayn's got a match. Have him walk out. But time will tell. After that, we got to see Naomi going up against Becky Lynch. Or, I'm sorry, teaming with Becky Lynch to go up against Carmella and Natalya. Anything from this matchup you guys remember?
Nope.
No? All right. We got to see Rusev going up against Chad Gable. I thought this was an entertaining matchup. I'm glad that Chad Gable is starting to get a little shine. He had that great match with AJ Styles not too long ago.
That was like weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's like he's not on there like SmackDown
consistently. Yeah. I hope they start utilizing him more often because he seems like a really talented
so you're gonna
athlete.
utilize Jason Jordan.
Well, sure. But the matchup between himself and Rusev, I thought it was entertaining. But Rusev ended up getting the win. And Rusev grabbed the microphone and said, "Ever since I came back, I've been wanting competition, and everyone's been scared at me." Sure, Cena won that little flag match. He got to wave his little flag, but everyone else is afraid of me. And that brought out Randy Orton saying, "Hey, if you're looking for a fight, I'm your guy."
Have they ever fought before?
Not that I can recall. It's not to say that they haven't, but I don't remember them fighting.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. I don't know what it is about Randy Orton. I'm just not that interested in whatever he's got going on. And I'm hoping that for whatever reason, Rusev gets the victory whenever they do have their inevitable battle.
I kind of have a feeling no, but...
Yeah. I don't know. Doug, what are your thoughts on Rusev versus Randy Orton?
I'm not too stoked on it. I mean,
any intrigue?
We'll see what happens, but I'm not stoked on it or anything.
Yeah. Well, after that, we got to see Shinsuke Nakamura going up against John Cena to determine the number one contender for Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam. That bump was pretty sick.
Oh yeah, that was. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was all right match. I didn't think it was like spectacular.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just, I don't know. How would you feel about it?
I thought it was okay. I'm about the same. They had some good counters, and like I said, the drop on Cena's neck was
pretty
sick.
Bad.
I did see a video where Shinsuke was apologizing to John in the ring, saying, "Hey man, I'm sorry about that." And Cena said, "Don't apologize." He raised his hand or something.
Were
along those
you
lines.
shocked? Were you all shocked about Shinsuke winning?
That was pretty surprising.
Not like a super shock, but I mean, I think we talked about last week or maybe the week before that we thought Cena was going to take it.
Yeah, I was expecting maybe some interference of some kind, or Cena going over, but I mean,
why not? Okay, so if Cena's out of the picture, he has nothing going on, and all that stuff that happened afterwards. I know that Baron was attacking John and Shinsuke.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know when he's leaving. I don't know when Cena's leaving, but I would think that it should be like.
You think he'd
after
be involved
SummerSlam?
in SummerSlam?
Wouldn't they do like a? Well, it would be put together, but what about Baron Corbin and John Cena?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Part of me was expecting a triple threat with Shinsuke, John Cena, and Jinder Mahal. But at the moment, it doesn't look like they're going to go that way.
I mean, he's on the poster, Cena, or the logo thing with all the people.
Yeah.
All the people are on the logo. John Cena's on there.
Mm-hmm.
And all the people that are on there, across from it, they have who they're fighting. But but there's no one for Cena.
Yeah. Part of me is expecting Corbin to cash in at SummerSlam on Jinder or Shinsuke, whoever ends up winning that match.
I would rather be Jinder than Shinsuke.
Yeah. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Doug?
The match was a good TV main event. It was nothing you're going to remember in a month or so, but they left shit on the table on purpose. I mean, there doesn't make a lot of sense that if they're going to have a classic, it's not going to be a SmackDown main event that's just going to set up someone else, like one of their like title contenders.
Yeah.
That's not the place for it.
Save it for a pay-per-view or something where they go all out.
I save it to where the winning the match means something to one of the guys and not other than them moving on to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the only person left, I think he's going to go to Raw
next.
They've clearly changed gears and with all the Lesnar shit, and they're clearly going to do like a Lesnar. I mean, they're clearly going to do like a Roman Cena for WrestleMania. That's where they're going. And Cena's going to jump to Raw. The only person left to put over on SmackDown is Corbin. He's put over AJ numerous times. He just put over Nakamura. The only other person that he needs to put over is Corbin if he's going to put anyone else over before he jumps. So I could see them doing a short Corbin thing. There's no one else that he needs to put over besides Corbin. If they even think he needs to put Corbin over.
Interesting. So that'll do it for SmackDown. We have a few hot topics to go over. WWE announced earlier in the week that they have released Ho Ho Lun. So, yeah.
Ho Lun.
Lun? Is it Lun or Loon?
That was Lun.
Oh, Lun. Ho Ho Lun then.
Well, I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he was over in NXT, I guess, training and all that, but for whatever reason, they decided to release him. I know Tyler will be excited about this, but they are, WWE 2K18 has released screenshot and video of Seth Rollins.
I haven't seen the video. I've seen the screenshot. It looks pretty good. I saw two shots.
And Doug will be excited because Seth Rollins is wearing his Seth freaking Rollins shirt.
Hey, did you see that like special edition they're doing where it's like 15 years or whatever?
Oh, John Cena?
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, so they have the DLC. You get the John.
What is this 15 years thing? It's just the anniversary.
All of John Cena's stuff, like anniversary of John Cena.
Oh, so you get all his shirts in the game? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that would be cool. If they do like all
that would be pretty cool though, because he has a shitload of shirts.
15 years, that's like all of them.
You get like a signed autograph thing from. You get a action figure, a special action figure. I don't know if I want it, but I mean it's still pretty cool. I would rather. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like toys, but I want like a statue. That's me being a little picky, I guess.
How much is it? $100?
I don't know. To be honest with you, they have DLC characters. Rob Van Dam and Batista is the feuds and stuff. Whatever attire he was wearing from the ECW stuff when he was fighting Rob Van Dam. I mean, you could probably bet your ass that the Thugonomics John Cena is going to make it. Probably different versions of him. I don't know, man. So this is gonna be about John Cena.
I thought you probably seen it, but I
didn't like dive into it too much. I know that they
$89.99.
$89.99. But I mean, I guess they're gonna do story mode of John Cena, which I don't think they have done that. Surprisingly,
nah. All the story mode shit they did is the one year they did the Attitude Era thing.
Attitude, WCW. I don't know if they did ECW.
Oh wait, that's not the right version. I'm sorry.
But
that is the deluxe version, but I don't know which one. What is it? The collector's edition or something?
Yeah. Okay, so if you're thinking about like big things with John Cena, so yeah, you have the Rob Van Dam, you have Batista stuff, you have Triple H, Randy Orton stuff.
A lot of Randy Orton.
$150.
$150?
Yeah. At least that's what GameStop is going to be charging.
Shoot.
There's usually not much variance in the price for that stuff.
It's the WWE 2K18 Cena Nuff edition. Has an exclusive Mattel John Cena action figure, limited edition Fanatics commemorative plaque featuring a piece of the ring mat and autograph photo from John Cena's 16th World Championship victory at Royal Rumble, which would be cool for us because we were there. WWE 2K18 Deluxe Edition containing a season pass, 2 playable versions of John Cena, ECW One Night Stand from 2006 and WrestleMania 26 from 2010, playable WWE Legends Batista and Rob Van Dam, Kurt Angle 2-player version, the American Hero persona in 2001 and the Wrestling Machine persona in 2006.
Was it the one with hair and one with not hair?
Pretty much. And then a bonus super card content limited edition card of John Cena, Batista, RVD, along with a special Cena Enough card back.
That works for you because you play Supercard.
Yeah, I do play that. Waiting for that new tier too.
there's some historical stuff.
Did you figure out that fucking tapper, or did you delete it?
No, I deleted it.
Me
it's
too.
like, I kept on getting farted just by tapping shit, and
I sat there for like an hour one day just tapping that motherfucker. I was like,
it's like
all I'm doing is tapping shit.
I got more people, but I didn't get the people I want. I
How
didn't
many?
get AJ Styles.
How many did you get before you quit?
The characters?
I got like 5, and I was like, all I'm doing is just hitting the screen over
7.
and over. I got like 5, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
It's like I couldn't.
I need to delete this shit.
I got like
It's pretty much how the super card game is. You just collect new cards and
yeah, but
power
that
'em
sounds
up.
like there's something to it. This one's just like you just keep
you
hitting
have
the
something
screen.
to it, and you have cards and from people like that are probably not in the company anymore, right? Or they get
This
rid of
is
those?
like tap,
No,
tap,
they still
tap.
keep those.
Yeah, see, that's cool.
This one's like tap, 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 tap. Oh, tap over here now. Okay, tap, 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 tap. Now tap over here now. Tap. Okay. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's stupid. I didn't get to unlock people I want anyway. It's like I wanted AJ. I wanted Kevin.
You got to build up to that, man.
No,
Let
it's
me
like
guess. The first person you got was Enzo. I think it's the same for everyone, right?
Enzo, then Cass,
Then Bailey,
Bailey.
Kofi.
I got Kofi. Yeah, I got one.
That was my first 4 too. And I
One
was
of
like,
the Usos. I got Sheamus. I got Curtis Axel. Who else? I can't think.
I stopped by
Oh,
then.
Cesaro.
I was like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this?
Was it Tap Mania?
Tap Mania. You try it out and you be the judge. Of it.
I'm gonna download it right now while we're going over the hot topics and see if I get those same starter cards that you are talking about.
Yeah, you're gonna get Enzo first for sure.
Yeah. And all you do is tap. My wife saw me playing that and she's like, "That's stupid."
See, the cool thing about Supercard is that they have a lot of different cards to choose from, and you get a starter pack, and it's all random. Like, you're not going to get the same cards that you got.
That puzzle
That
thing
someone
that I
else got.
got is still a cool game, but I put it down. But I want to play that card game that you have, but it sucks that like I didn't start way back because you have those cool like cards that people are probably not in the company anymore that you can still use.
No, you still get those.
Oh, you still get them.
Yeah. Because
Really?
they're like, there's so many levels of tiers, and it starts at common
They
and
have CM
uncommon. No. Because they started that
seriously don't download
game
it. You're gonna-
before he was
Do I?
like,
I said seriously, don't download it. You're gonna feel bad about yourself.
it's already too late. I'm downloading it. But
It
no,
is
You're gonna hate
stupid.
yourself.
CM Punk is not in it because he left before the
Okay.
game even came out. But yeah, I mean, Alberto Del Rio's in there, Stardust is in there.
I'll
King
give it-
Barrett is in there.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Some other talking about going back to 2K18. There's a lot of CM stuff they can't put in there. That he's done.
Mhm.
CM Punk stuff, they're not going to do that. I bet
He's
they're
not
not going to
gonna-
do the Nexus stuff.
He's probably not going to slap Stephanie McMahon's ass.
They may because they just like re-released the Nexus shirt.
Did they?
What?
They just did like a re-release of it, like here. Sometimes they put out the old shirts again or whatever. They put
That's
out like a
weird.
Nexus.
Like, who's the only person that's from Nexus that's still around? Or there's 2 people, really. Daniel
Darren
Bryan.
Young.
Oh, yeah. Forgot Darren Young,
Slater.
Heath Slater, and Daniel Bryan. But,
David Otunga.
Oh, dang.
Come on, man.
Curtis Axel
basically everyone but Barrett and
And Ryback.
Tarver.
and Tarver. Yeah.
Skip Sheffield.
Oh, and Justin Gabriel.
Yeah. All right, Tap Mania. Here we go. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, the cartoons of the characters look pretty cool, in my opinion. But, yeah.
$149.99 for the Cena Enough Collector's Edition.
No, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
I mean, that was still cool that I got the last year's collector's edition, in which that Finn Balor's that statue was all right, but it was still cool to have. I don't know.
We're trying to beat the WWE champion. Try and beat me, says Triple H. Tap to attack.
You know, I wonder if
I don't.
they
have
didn't
a chance.
get like someone from like
John Cena's here.
Xavier, like up, down, down to play this game. Let's see how they play it. They're probably like no. But yeah, all you do is tap, 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 tap. Okay, you start out with different levels. You keep on going up. It's 1 to 10. And you go to the next level. Keep on doing it. It gets harder and harder. And
I got
harder.
a free pack. Let's see what I got. Enzo Amore. All right.
Yeah.
It's almost like we told you that was going to happen.
Yeah. Predicted the future.
You guys are amazing at this.
And then if you can't beat them in time, then you go into the practice round where you keep on building up and stuff. And that's what I did for a while. I stayed in the practice round for a while just to build up my characters and boost them and
I
stuff.
would just like tap, tap, tap until I got all my specials for everyone. And I just like hit all the specials in a row and then just like rest.
Well, you can also get points to boost your character, or
yeah, you
boost
you
your
upgrade
characters
them all.
and stuff. And then I did that for a while, and I was blazing through it until I got like halfway, and I was like, oh, well, I'm doing the same process again. Now I'm getting, like, the opponents are getting stronger. I'm becoming weaker.
Did you not seriously be like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I doing this?
So
like,
this
what's
is
the
literally
point?
all you do?
Yeah.
You just tap?
When you get a new person, you tap it on a different part of the screen.
And what sucks is if you want to switch them out, you can't pause the game. They're still being, beat up. So it's I don't know, man. I thought I would like it. I was like, okay, Tap Mania. I don't know what that
Here
means.
we go. They're going down pretty fast now.
Oh, just give us some time. Just give us some time. And then once you get to level 100, you start over again. And you
I'm already at
start,
stage 4.
yeah. And then you start with another what is it? I don't know if you're like there's like different groups that you're in. You're a technical or you're whatever or something like that. You start over, you're back to 1 again. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I got to 100. I was like, no, I'm done. So I probably got further than you, but nah, it's not for me. And maybe
I played for like an hour and I was seriously like felt bad about myself afterwards. I was like, why? I felt like a piece of shit. I was like,
I had a goal, man. I just wanted Shinsuke. I wanted AJ.
I had a goal, man.
Hey, I've already unlocked the achievement of tapping 1,000 times.
I got those points. It's like, oh, you can unlock what's it?
I'm
You
fighting
can unlock
Kalisto.
a person from a pack, and then you can click on the people from the pack. I was like, okay, that's how it works. That's not how it works.
I just got another pack.
You could click on.
I got Big Cass!
Yeah, you got Big Cass. You
So
can.
Bailey's next and then Kofi. We told you.
Yeah. So then Sheamus. I thought I can click on the person and buy them. No, you get a random person from that pack. I was like, so no Kevin Owens, no AJ, no Shinsuke. I'm like, damn it. And I even try to go for Sammy. I was like, nope. Lame. Of course you're not going to get them off the bat because everybody wants them off the bat. Are you getting tired of it?
I'm blazing through these fools.
Yeah, well, just wait. You're not going to in a little bit.
Cruising. Did you guys see that Titus Worldwide shirt? You guys gonna get that?
No.
No.
But I mean, that's cool. He has a shirt, but I'm not going to get it.
It's cool that they resisted to put some stupid saying on it that
I got kids.
He
but
does have kids.
it's not the best design shirt. It looks kind of like low res even.
Yeah. I was thinking that too. I was kind of disappointed. Like, it looks... If they had put a little more effort into it, it could have looked really cool.
What do you think about Titus
That's
trying to
some serious
recruit
damage.
Dana Brooke?
I mean, I'm fine. As long as it gives her something to do. As long as she improves.
I don't know. Titus brand is pure. I don't want her in it.
Be tainted. I don't know. He's not doing anything with Apollo.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's cool. He's focused on Kira. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
But they just need to have like 3 or 4 cool guys that he's managing, so he's like out there like all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What
Hell,
else?
that'd be. I mean, it's easy pay for him. Just manage. He doesn't have to wrestle. Who'd you get?
Oh, Nikki Bella.
Oh no, you didn't get her. You're just getting points. Once you get enough points, you'll get her.
Oh, okay.
There's certain characters that will happen like that. Like I got Stone Cold and Rock. Like, oh, you didn't get them. You got to keep on getting more points to unlock them.
Yeah, you get Bailey next.
Yeah, you get Bailey next. Oh yeah. Also, what's crazy is, and I stopped and did it too. It's like, oh, if you watch this commercial, you get much money or whatever. I was like, okay. So I did that over and over, and I kept on getting money and stuff.
Yeah, I watched the commercial and I was like, it wouldn't let me X out of it. I was like, these motherfuckers.
That's how they get you. It's like,
You're
no, you're
stuck
gonna,
with it.
You're going to download this game for sure. Verdict?
I literally like restarted my phone because I couldn't get out of it.
Restart your phone.
Because I got stuck in there and I didn't want to like download it.
So yeah, if there's any people out here, see if they're playing this game.
Don't.
Cap Mania.
Don't.
Yeah,
Don't play it.
I mean,
If this is literally all you do, then there's nothing to the game.
yeah.
It's almost like we've been telling you that for 2 minutes.
What?
There's people who play it. Okay, what else is on the...
Let's see. The WWE Network has canceled the Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness, and apparently have also canceled a show that has not yet been released, which was a game show hosted by R-Truth.
Aw, I would have watched it.
Never gonna get to.
So they filmed it.
Never gonna get it.
They film it? Or
Supposedly.
well, now I want to watch it.
Yeah.
It's going to be in there. It's going to be in the vault.
I'm already up to $57,000. I don't know if that's good or not.
I got a trillion.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. Let me do the main event part.
What's the deal with? I saw like a promo thing. Who is that girl that's in the Mae Young Classic? Who is Ronda Rousey's friend?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember her name.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Doug?
Do what?
The Ronda Rousey's friend that's in it, or that's in the Classic.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yes. I know you didn't.
This girl's doing stuff with NXT now.
Nothing's happening until they air the Classic, I don't think.
They were interviewing her backstage at NXT. They interview her or whatever.
Cool.
So I don't know if they're jumping the gun.
She hasn't wrestled on NXT, that's what you mean.
I don't know what they're going to do.
Let's see. Other bit of hot topic is that supposedly WWE is thinking about bringing back Taboo Tuesday. Now, obviously, they record or they have Smackdown Live on Tuesdays, but this might correlate into sort of a special.
What was that? That was a pay-per-view on Tuesday?
It was a Tuesday pay-per-view, and then they moved it to Cyber Sunday.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Where you pick the opponents.
Yeah, it was with Eric Bischoff.
John Cena, a toaster, or a tree. Either way, a tree has more moves. Feel like we've come full circle.
Toaster.
Yeah. So that's pretty much going to do it. You guys have anything else to discuss?
You're still tapping.
I'm still tapping away, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm up to 127.
They have the same characters over and over and over. Yeah, no, Sheamus.
I get to fight Sheamus.
Yeah,
Hang on. Empire Elbow. Go Big Cass.
Oh yeah, why don't you do their finishers and stuff? That helps you fight them.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm wrecking shop. I got like 6 fingers tapping on this thing. Enzo's out. He needs to wake up.
Yeah.
I only have 13 seconds left. I don't think I'm going to be able to defeat them in time.
Is that it?
Huh?
Is that all?
Yeah. There's only 3 seconds left. I'm not even halfway done. So he said, "Ha, I knew you didn't have what it takes. Come back later when you look like you've been to the gym once in your life." That's just rude.
What an asshole.
What a jerk.
I never lost to anyone in the whole hour I played. I never lost a buddy, and I didn't tap with.
How do you even get out of this thing?
I didn't even tap with 6 fingers. Like
Back?
There is no back.
Oh yeah, you don't
home
have...
button.
Huh?
Home button.
Yeah, I'll just close it.
See, I didn't do it with 6 fingers. I just did this.
I'll just close and then delete it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Make sure to submit any questions you might have for us on our YouTube channel, WNS Video, or our Facebook page, WNS Podcast. Check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com and WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, or subscribe to our show on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
You can find us on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, Player.fm, and Satchel, and all you have to do is search Wrestling News Source Podcast.
The podcast is on Twitter at WNS Podcast. Daniel's at WNS_Daniel. Tyler's at Tyler_Aber.
There you go. So for the podcast crew, I am Daniel Herron.
My lip hurts.
I'm Doug.
We'll catch you all next week.